All right. Good evening. Welcome to Modern Spiritualists Live. I'm Aeson Knight, and of course, with me tonight is the famous British psychic Hazel Firefly. How are you, darling? Oh,
This
I know.
full moon energies need to do one.
Well, it's needing to do something, I'll tell you that.
Oh my god, everything I'm touching is just going wrong.
Well, maybe we should be putting it a little bit more in a different direction because it can get that way. But it's interesting, and this is why I say it's interesting. It's a full moon. Everything during a full moon is energized.
It's not just the full moon, it's the last super moon of the year. So this
Hmm.
have got all that extra energy trying to get out of the moon, but take it away, I don't want it.
Well, see, that's the problem. I think you need to be projecting it into your manifestational work instead of your washer. Oh,
I'm late because you said to me, right, move your screen. I moved my screen, I pulled all the electric wires out.
uh huh,
My washing machine have broke.
uh huh.
My dishwasher's playing up.
And how many
Now,
mediumship readings have you done?
don't ask. I'm
Okay,
going out of my mind.
well, this is why I say this. People don't get this because we go through this all the time. Like later today, I'm moving in with Super Desk again because I've gone and you know been influenced by a few people, and I now have an iPad to use to manage my schedule, to manage my time, and to manage everything else. But it's been like one thing after another with a series full moon, and I'm like, you got to give it, you know, yep. Yes, Aeson has zapped a few electrical things. He's also, managed to piss his car off. Not bad. It just, got a little fussy and decided it needed some oil and, needed some pampering. But it's like we make plans. We have to learn to understand our psychic energy. I have been slapping my checkbook all week, and here is why. Because that way, because, Aeson's always manifesting because he wants to, you know, build the second house and have the second everything. So he's got to make some money. And, so I throw all my extra energy into manifestation. However, let me not get my power morning, and it is a bad day. I do my yoga, I do my meditation, I do my power journaling, I drink my coffee, and I take a nice, a lovely deep breath into the universe and remind it that any extra energy needs to go to my bank account.
Well, any extra energy needs to piss off and do one because I can't be doing with it.
Put it to your checkbook.
If I do any more hours, I won't be going to bed.
Well, true. Very true, very true. And I've actually, we were discussing this on my other show that psychics are normally non-24, and it's because of the freaking vibrational energy.
Yeah.
We like being up at night.
I like being up at night. I'm normally in bed around midnight,
Hmm.
but then it takes me like 2 to 3 hours to fall asleep then.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
you
I'm
know
up.
you've had emails off me at weird o'clock.
Well, see, but it isn't weird o'clock for me. Weird o'clock for me is like 9 a.m. Hazel sends me an email. What are you thinking, girl? I am not even awake. If you get a response to that email, it may say something not expected, like, "No, I am not stopping to get eggs at the grocery store, Mom."
Oh, the joys.
Yes, and, so But what do people do? People think that we apparently float around. Like I was reading the snark. Yes, there are snark articles out there about psychics and mediums and well, guess she didn't see that coming. And it's like, if you knew what I saw coming, you'd be scared.
Yeah, yeah. And the other one now that will really, really want to make me scream is Halloween.
Uh-huh. All Hallows Eve.
Kathy goes absolutely mental around Halloween.
I bet.
She wakes me up at stupid o'clock. That's if she lets
Uh-huh.
me sleep. There'll be
Uh-huh.
weird and wonderful things going on in the house.
Mm-hmm. That's when the veil's the thinnest, and it's like, can you just take a break? Like, I know you guys are having a party over there, and time doesn't mean shit to you, but can we not?
Yeah, just let me sleep. I'm human.
Yeah, like we are divine beings, but we are not that super divine.
No.
We need to be able to like manifest our dreams, but at the same time, we'd like to at least have them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it don't help when you get messages back like I had this week.
Okay. What do you have this week?
Would you ladies love a lovely laugh at my expense?
I'd love some laughs.
Right, let me just bring it up. I had a client that didn't like the answer to the question I gave her.
All right.
It was like all of our questions that we get.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be truthful. And she sent back
Right,
to me.
because they're not worth a headache.
She sent back to me. Sorry to read without you asking. I'm I think it's a Shaminiviv. Shanmiv.
Shaman, yeah.
Spiritual and psychic and Reiki too. I am sensing you will have major health issues and you will face death soon. I am so sorry. While you're sick, you will also see one of your close to heart. I am getting image of a male. He is a little older than you. You will also see him meeting with an accident with SUV in brackets that will cause you a lot of mental and physical issues that impact your money. In capital letters, your life is falling apart totally. Watch and see, I promise you.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a page and sit here down for a moment. Let's grab the box, and here we go.
It is the one I posted. It is. I just couldn't stop crying.
Well, I could understand, laughing till you cry. But here's my question: do you think that they got their reading mixed up with a client's reading they were doing?
I ain't got no older males around me
No, you
because
they
I have no
not keep many
male.
of them.
No, we don't have SUVs in the UK.
They're illegal.
And I've just had a full fitness health check at the doctor's and I'm doing mighty fine.
Well, that's why I was like, could since she is another reader, and I don't know, I never have a problem with other readers coming for a reading. What I have a problem with is when they don't like the reading and well, that was a shit reading. And it's like, well, no, I read the way I read, you read the way you
Yeah.
read. I don't need to do all this hokey pokey in the middle of the road
No,
that you
I
might
just
need to do.
laughed. My reply was, thank you for that, but I've got no concern, so you shouldn't have either.
How lovely. What did MG say? Or did she just laugh
She's
her head off?
She hasn't seen it because she's not in because of something
Uh,
that's going on within the family.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. I knew that she had that she wasn't feeling well.
She's not in until Wednesday, I think.
Okay. So, it just causes me to like pause for a minute and go, is this the, like, now granted, I give harsh readings. Like, if you're going through hell and you're wanting sugar donuts, go to Dunkin' Donuts. Don't come get a reading from me. I've been, you can tell when people do not like my readings for one reason. And I can tell you that it's not accurate, none of that. The feedback will say he's rude. And it's because I don't sugarcoat. I don't go, oh, honey, he's cheating on you with your best friend. And, they've done, took over your bedroom and, oh, poor you. I go, he's a fucking loser. Get rid of it. That's just how I am. That's my reading style. Very blunt and honest and not that nice. If it ain't a nice reading, it's not a nice reading. But I've had people get reading, like, because I watch industry.
Yes.
I go and sit in other people's live streams and I'll sit and listen to them because, maybe there's a style technique that I might like. Maybe there's something else I might like. But damn, girl, I think she mixed up your reading with someone else and didn't realize that she was answering her reading with your reading.
It was
And it's
probably her
like,
own reading.
exactly.
But I just laughed and I read it to the boys and they were just crying and they said, Mum, are you sure this job is the one for you?
That's debatable at times. In general, for me, it's like, I don't know. There are times that clients drive me crazy. And then there's times that I just want to walk over and just give the client a big old hug and go, honey, you, you need a value. Maybe a couple of those stress tabs number fives, which I don't even know if they still make those.
I'm sure I could make us some.
Stress tab number fives. Oh, you probably never saw that movie. I don't think it was released there. Fried green tomatoes?
Yes. No, number 5 over here was like a little robot.
No, the movie's Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, no, we haven't got that one over here.
Oh, goodness, honey, I will have to send you clips. Because there are some people that it's like, bless your heart.
Hang on, I'm stopping out. Hang on now, this ain't fair.
What?
Look at those comments.
Uh-huh.
I'm on strike. I'm on strike.
Now, you can't go on strike. We're getting ready to go into, it is against their contracts to go on strike during the run of the Blackbirds. There's too much money for readers to make during that time.
Okay, then. I'm on half a strike.
Okay. I can't wait to come over. That will be fun. So, you'll eventually get an Aeson hug. Brenda loves my hugs. I love giving hugs. I love interacting with people, but some of them
Brenda don't want to speak to me for the rest of the month now.
No, she does. She likes you. We got really good feedback. But it's like yesterday we were planning. I do a show where we sit down and we plan out the quarter. And I show how it is to run an at-home advisor service when you're balancing a lot of stuff. So me and my manager sit down and we go through that. And there was like 2 or 3 French scammers coming in there and posting, and I am like, oh god. Not only do it pop up because I have the translating software for it to translate anything that pops up so that I can read it. Because we do work internationally, but I only work internationally in text because then I can at least translate.
Yeah.
Really interesting, though, is watching the translation go on from the other side. But I am like, is this crazy? Like, not only are we getting American scammers, which is fine, like, you guys suck, but whatever, we'll deal with you. But French scammers or French speaking scammers, and I'm like, no, let's knock this off. We've gotten a few over here, but they don't really play because we're over on Modern Spiritualists and they normally behave themselves. But I'm like, the energy is wacko for tacos.
Yeah, it really is at the moment. And I feel it's going to get better before it gets worse.
Oh, I think it's going to get better. I think that, it's like things will happen, but I think the things that are happening are due to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I know you don't do astrology, but, Pluto's coming out of retrograde the 23rd of this month, and it'll be the change of the decade. Because he's been retrograde for a decade. So he's been pissed off for a decade. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, we have had over here in the last 24 hours, 2 major companies closed down.
Really?
Thousands and thousands of jobs have gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What companies?
One of them, Wilco's.
Okay. Don't they make
And
like
the other
farm
one,
equipment?
no, Wilco's over here is like a massive department store. They got
Okay.
thousands of stores.
Right.
And the other one is a window company.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
I wonder what the shock will be. Because there's always an aftershock.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the aftershock is at the moment you've got thousands of families now with no working person.
Right. And I get that. But at the same time, what I'm saying about that is I wonder what the aftershock will be. Because when one company closes, another company opens. Because it creates a hole in the market.
Our town centre, this will give you some idea. Our town centre used to be one of the biggest shopping centres in Norfolk. All our town centre now consists of is charity shops and vape shops and coffee shops.
Okay. So, do you have a Walmart?
Oh,
Where do you grocery shop?
Tesco's.
Tesco's. Tesco's is
Yeah.
good. They got good chocolate. I know that much. And normally they're basically the equate to Target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
we've now got a lot of Aldi's and Lidl's opening a lot more over here.
now they're going to be getting big. I think Aldi's will get big just because of the process. Which Aldi's in Europe is much better than Aldi's in America. Just FYI, everybody.
I don't care as long as they sell chocolate.
Exactly. See, and y'all guys get the good chocolate. Okay. For those that do not know, UK chocolate is different from American chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a little chocolate factory about 10 minutes down the road from us.
Oh, goodness.
But I don't know, who've we got in tonight? Brenda and Shannon.
Yeah.
We have Cadbury's chocolate factory, and oh my God, Cadbury's is to die for.
It is. It is very much a very good chocolate company. And then I can't remember, but their candy bar is Pyramids. Like, that has been my favorite.
Toblerone.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, they've just brought out a honeycomb one and a fruit and nut one.
How cool. We'll get them in a decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're lucky and send me your address, I might send you some.
I don't know if customs will let it through.
Yeah, because customs have all changed now, haven't it?
It has. I mean, like, I used to have a friend in Italy, and they offered to send me a ham. That wasn't allowed in the U.S., and I'm like, why? And they sent it back, and
Because
I'm
it's
like,
meat. Yeah.
well, it's meat, but at the same time, it has something to do with trade commission and all this other crappy stuff.
No, 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 no. Brenda's had Cadbury's.
Uh-huh. A friend of hers brought it back, and it is the best chocolate.
It really is.
Yeah. But, What do you feel is going on in what we'll call the grid?
This is going to sound weird after what I've just said.
Uh-huh.
I feel the universe is getting rid of all the crap
Mm-hmm.
for the regrowth,
Uh-huh.
if that makes sense.
It does.
Because while the crap is still hanging around, like the shop that's closed, Wilco's, it was
Right.
cheap, but it was rubbish.
Right.
So I think the universe is getting rid of all the crap to bring new things back in, but they need to bring the new things back in straight away so that people don't suffer in the
Right.
process.
Mm-hmm. Totally get that.
It's
And I
just
think that
strange
that's
how
important.
everything is working.
It is. But if we look back during the 20s, the 1900s, and even the 1800s, we went through this where, major department stores closed and others were born back.
The thing is, the recession have hit us really hard.
Right. And, I think your social programs are going to pick up and handle that.
I don't know, because we're having another wave of the dreaded C.
Uh-huh.
They're on about masks coming back in.
Mm-hmm. It's the
They've
big budget.
they've just started an immediate rollout of the other injection.
Yay.
So they're
That'll
now
be good.
saying that there is talk of another lockdown.
Ugh. See, and the way we're currently structured over here, I doubt we'd see it.
No, no.
I like over there. You guys done locked down with style. Over here,
Yeah.
people just saw it as a reason not to go to school and run their mommy
Lockdown
and
over
daddy's
here.
cars
And
up and down.
lockdown here meant lockdown. If you were seen out and you didn't have a reason,
Mm-hmm.
you were fined up to £2,000.
See, and I think that that's the way it should have been here, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, example, like retailers closing, but we already now moved so much to online shopping.
Yeah.
Brick and mortar is moved. It's like, well, none of us have those stacks of catalogs anymore.
No, no.
And in the 1900s, it was catalog shopping. Sears and Roebuck, Montgomery Ward, Festers, all these with these stacks of catalogs, and you had to go through the catalog and choose what you wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to order whole houses. You could order a house from Sears and Roebuck, and it would be delivered.
The thing is, years ago, I think the catalogues were part of the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, people didn't have the money to go out and buy something, so that's how most people bought big items.
Yeah. Could you imagine ordering a whole house? What the UPS man will have to say to you?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's just different. We live in such a different area, and the
I've got to
media
ask you,
impacts. Yes.
seeing what Brenda has put in the chat,
Uh-huh.
can you get black pudding over there?
Black pudding?
Obviously not.
Nah.
It's a man's thing over here.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what's in there. I'll let you Google that later.
Uh-huh.
But that is a massive thing over here, because Brenda put that, like, you can't get real haggis or iron brew.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That really is.
Go Google. No, we cannot get sausage over here.
That's the thing, it's not sausage.
It says blood sausage originated in the UK and Ireland. It's made from pork and beef blood. Hmm.
But
Yeah.
over here in the shops, they sell it as like a haggis.
Uh huh.
So it's not, Brendan will know what I mean. It's not a sausage thing,
Right.
but it's not nice either. But it is such a big thing over here.
Right. Nope, we can't
And
get it. We
see
can't get
how,
haggis either. Smoked salmon is not not smoked salmon. What is it? Smoked. It's this Scandinavian fish.
I know what one you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We can't
weird,
get that
really, isn't
either.
it?
Well, we can't even get good Guinness over here. Technically, we get an American version of Guinness. And again, it's a trade thing.
But okay, a random one for you now. And
Okay.
Shannon and Brenda can say one. What do you have for Christmas dinner?
Depending on who's cooking and what we're cooking,
What is the traditional dish?
turkey.
Ah,
Yeah. I know traditionally there it's either Christmas pudding
yeah.
or goose.
See, we have turkey in my house. I don't buy a turkey because it's just only two of us.
Right.
So we buy a big chicken and share that with the dogs as well.
Ah. See,
And
what
the
I do
cat
is what I
this year.
call roll ups. I buy sliced turkey and make
Yeah,
stuffing and roll
right,
them up and then do them in like a casserole, put the gravy on them,
right.
slap them in the oven. I moved to that because I got forbidden to cook the big Christmas dinner. Because I used to cook Christmas dinner for 2 dang days.
Oh, see. Brenda, when you say ham, do you mean gammon ham, like a ham joint?
Um, Slicing ham.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now over here we call that gammon, and that is like a Boxing Day
Yeah.
special.
Oh, okay.
See, non-traditional meals.
And that's left over from Victorian era. It's like I'd love to cook a goose, but I can't find a goose here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure that over there they're all over the place.
They're actually, if I believe right, I think they're protected now, or is that swans?
Swans are the property of the crown, so those couldn't be cooked.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't have dolphin meat either because it's the property of the crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, um, I know that much. Like, it's interesting. It's like I've been watching this documentary on the Victorian Britain is what it's about, and they were talking about Christmas and Christmas turkeys and all this. And it was actually the Victorian era that done all the different Christmas stuff. It
I
wasn't
think
us.
I think Christmas is more, it's not traditional like it used to be. It's more commercialized now.
Depending, I think that it depends on the household because, granted, we don't have the children. So now it's getting into more like game day and
Yeah.
board games and spending time with mom and I and spending time with the family and you know dealing with it that way. But I think, yeah, I think that the Victorian Christmas, because it didn't used to be that way. Like the
No.
1950s Christmas is basically like baby boomers done Christmas yet.
But I've got to say, I think it's parents' fault.
Right, I agree. Now I have a question for you. How is
Bye, Brenda.
All
Hope you
Hallows?
have a lovely day.
How are you? How do y'all do All Hallows there?
Halloween, The kids dress up and they knock doors.
Really? Okay, so it's
Yeah.
the American Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you answer the door, they either say, "Please help Mary Lloyd," whoever she was, or "Happy Halloween."
They don't say trick or treat.
Very, very rare.
Wow. Interesting. I'll have to look into that.
But again, I feel that's all been commercialized. Like when we were kids, we used to plan our costumes out and
Uh-huh.
make them.
Uh-huh.
Now nobody bothers to make them, they just go out and buy them.
Mm-hmm. Now,
And I feel
do you
that
carve a
takes
pumpkin or a turnip?
pumpkin.
Pumpkins, okay.
Our turnips over here, they're only like that big.
Right.
So by the time you've carved everything out, there's nothing left.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Because originally they used to carve turnips.
Right, yeah.
That's a big turnip compared to what we get here. We only have the
Is
small one.
it really?
Yeah.
See? See,
Think
but
about the
we've
size of
got,
an apple.
God, I was massive compared to that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And over here, we have a lot of pumpkin farms, really local.
Uh-huh.
So they invite the families in to have photos and everything with the pumpkins.
How cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She finds them the size of softballs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. See how things are different.
Different. Yeah. Very much so. And it's cultural differences. And I think
Yeah,
embracing the cultural differences is fun.
yeah.
So when do you make your mincemeat, or do you make mincemeat?
No,
See, for years
I
I
was.
thought mincemeat had meat in it. No, it doesn't. Yeah, she's right. She's not as high on the mountain as Aeson. Like I can go where Shannon is, and I've done this. I have put a cooler in the back of my car in the buggy, and went to go grocery shopping in Charleston because there's foods I can't get here, but one
Yeah.
to cook. And it's like, this is ridiculous. We live in the same state, and she will get different groceries than I will.
See, it's crazy, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Very much so. So, what goes on your sausages that go in a bun?
They're called hot dogs.
Yes.
I can actually go and get you a jar
Ah,
just for you to see. There you go. There's our hot dogs.
to what? They're in a jar. Are they shelf stable?
Yeah. These don't go out of date until. Where's the date on them? 2028.
Oh, goodness.
Now here's another one for you.
Yeah. Those are tricks. Twix.
They are just individual chocolate fingers.
How interesting. Those would be great in a cake.
When I make a cake, I put them around the outside
Uh huh.
and then put a ribbon around them.
Oh, how cute. Now, is the ribbon eatable or no?
No, no.
Ah, But
And
no,
that
I just
goes
find
to
it
show how,
fascinating. Hot dogs go in a jar there instead of in a plastic bag stuck in the freezer section.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow. That's insane.
we get kipper soups and everything over here.
Cups of soup.
Yeah, I'm sure I got
Okay.
some. I have my old grocery cupboard in here now.
Ah.
Right, that's a kipper soup. It's a sachet.
Uh-huh.
You put it in a cup and just add hot water.
Oh goodness. Okay, cool. Like the Lipton soup that we throw on meats.
Right. Macaroni cheese over there. Do you eat that a lot?
We do, but I tend to make mine.
Over here, you can buy it in a tin.
Huh. Now is the macaroni already cooked?
Yeah, you just warm it up.
Huh. Interesting.
The other one is, do you have pot noodles over there?
Okay. No, that's ramen. Yeah, we
Is it
have those.
really?
Yeah, we call
Yeah,
them ramen, or
yeah.
cup of soups. We get cups of soups that way too. Yeah.
See, that is unbelievable. Like, the macaroni cheese will take 2 minutes on the cooker just to warm through.
Wow. It takes us. It's 11 minutes for the pasta, and then for me another 45 minutes in the oven. Because I also make my own cheese sauce, that type of thing. We do a lot of scratch cooking.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But no, what do you put on the sausages in the jars?
I'll have on mine onions, mustard, and brown sauce.
Uh huh.
Whereas Sean will have them like in the bread roll with tomato sauce.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So mustard and ketchup, basically. Yeah, we put a chili, and a slaw in. And of course,
A
I go a
what?
little step. A chili, a hot dog
Yeah,
chili with only meat, no beans, and then a cabbage slaw.
really?
Yeah, with pickles. It's delicious.
See, I've never heard of that before.
Oh goodness, yeah, a slaw dog. I'll send you a recipe of it,
I'll make
how to
that.
do it. Yeah, 'cause it's very filling because you'll have like two of them.
Yeah,
But people do things differently, including readings. Like our
yeah,
food isn't just differently; it's including the readings. And that's what you need to read your advisor profiles. You need to look at the style of reader. Like me and Hazel, I call myself an ER psychic. The networks don't like that because I'm in there, I'm fast, I deal with the situation, and
yeah,
I move on. You know, but some people want to like talk about 5 years out, 6 years out, and that's fine. I can do that. Where are you going to be in 6 years? What's your job going to do in 6 years? That type of thing. But and here's my but. I don't sit there and go, oh, I pulled the death card for you. So that means that there's going to be some massive changes, the ending of situations. Possibly, you need to look at where you want to take your energy to next. Oh, I pulled the chariot, so you're going to be coming over top of problems and situations. It also has to do with Julius Caesar. This card was created because Julius Caesar went and took over Egypt, And when he captured Cleopatra, he rode her through Rome like a prized animal, to show that he had overtook the Europe. I don't do that in a live reading. Do
No.
you?
No.
And just boom, but boom, like the whole story thing,
No.
and then go back and tie them together before I even get to your question of,
Yeah.
yeah, he's going to dump you, but then you're going to find someone that really adores you and has a lot of respect for you.
I had one this week. She said, "Can you read my past and my present?" I said, "I won't read your past. For one, you can't change anything in your past.
Right,
And for two, your past have been and gone. And that's why
right,
I don't read the past."
right. It doesn't. You don't see a benefit in it.
No,
I don't see a
no.
benefit in it either. I feel like it's like people go, can you do a general reading? Yeah, I can do a general reading. You got an hour and a half?
Yeah. If somebody says to me, "Can you do a general reading?" I'm like, "Nope. You've come to me obviously with a specific question.
Right,
So you ask that question, because in a general reading, the question that you want answered might not come up."
right. And I'm very conscious of my clients' time, and I'm sure you are too, especially
Yeah.
in live readings. Type sessions are a little different. I don't have to worry so much about that. Now, those I like to provide all the definitional information to. I don't do it anymore because that was too many characters and clients weren't seeing
Yeah.
benefit out of it. But I like to do that in a type session because then they can review it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but with that, however, I get a little annoyed when people keep pushing. I want a general. I want a general. Fine, here's your general, and they're like, "Well, you didn't say anything about my love life. You asked for a
You didn't
general."
ask. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there are other readers out there that love to just drag out the reading. That is not my style.
No. No. Definitely not. And with me, I find typing easier because I'm deaf in the one ear.
Right.
So using the telephone really gets to me on times.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, typing works better for me because I can just go with it then.
Right. And that works really well. I love doing chat, but even then, it's not a long, definition by definition of card. Most of the times, I don't even mention the cards.
No,
What benefit is
no,
it?
no.
What
To
benefit is it?
me, my cards are like a storybook.
Right.
They're just giving me the pages for me to read the story that's in between them.
Exactly. But I've been trying for ages to understand this. What benefit? Like, does the client really care what the chariot is about?
No, no. And
I would love for someone to explain that to me.
I always find, because if you give them the death card, you say to them, "Oh, I've pulled the death card," straight away they think somebody's going to die because they
Right.
don't know the true meaning of the card.
Exactly. And then when you provide the true meaning of the card and actually the full history of the card, because the death card occurred when England broke from the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah,
It's to remember that history of the bloodletting that
yeah,
occurred. That's why everyone puts candles in their windows at Christmas, is to remember the
yeah,
priests that were killed during the separation of the English from the Church of Rome, and where priests could um, be safe harbored, I guess it would be say, or hidden away. So that's why if you see candles in the windows, that's what that's all about, people. There's nothing more but that.
But then if you explain that definition to somebody from a different religion that didn't believe in that, that's
They're not going
opening
to get
up
it.
another can of worms.
Well, right, because these were created from life experiences. What's
Yeah,
scary and what I would love to see happen is for someone to take the deck of tarot and redo it with thoughts of the 20th century.
yeah,
The
yeah,
death card could be a limo.
yeah.
and you would see a
It's
limo driving through a parade to remember Kennedy.
yeah,
Those types of things. I think people would get it more. But, I don't know. Like, I just find it really hard to sit there and explain it to people, especially when they're not of a Catholic belief. They wouldn't understand that.
yeah,
Not UK based, they wouldn't get that. Oh, that's the beginning of
no,
the Roman Church. I mean, of the Church of England. And then we have the. It's not a lack of religion, more so it is a change in the view of religion in the
yeah.
U.S.
Within your readings,
Hmm.
now this is a funny one. Do you say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays?
Happy holidays.
And I do. And I do because we don't know if that person celebrates Christmas or not. Yes, they could belong to a religion that don't, but there's some people that don't follow their traditions constantly then.
Right. Well, there's some that. Okay. If we look at the month of December alone, there is Hanukkah, there is Yule. I believe Ramadan this year is in December. There is
Yeah,
Christmas. There is. Give me a minute. I have to look it up because the pronunciation is terrible. Uh,
Shannon, I'm going to try that. When you say cheese, do you mean chunks of cheese or liquid cheese?
Liquid, like cheese
Right.
whiz. Um, anyway, it's December 30th, and it is the double ninth holiday.
Right.
You'll have to ask your neighbors about that one because it's South Asian.
Right. I'll ask them. Where's my pen? What's it called?
The double ninth holiday.
I've written that on my to-do list.
Yeah. It's either in December or it is in October. I'm getting two sources on that one. Then we
Right.
have um, uh, then you have other ethnical holidays that go
Because the
on.
Polish
Uh huh.
celebrate Christmas Day, Christmas Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and they eat carp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to the British, the carp is seen as a fish that lives in a pond that we can't eat.
Right.
But for them, it's their traditional Christmas
Right.
dinner. It's really strange.
It is. It's very strange. Well, it's like we have Halloween, but the Tibetans have Tomb Sweeping Festival, and that's on April 5th.
See?
So you got to kind of sort those out and figure out where things are and how
Yeah,
they actually unite with each other. Then you have to understand that, I read international, so I have international clients. They may not even know what Christmas is.
Yeah,
Yes, there are countries that do not have Christmas. Then you have places like Russia. The Christmas isn't until, like, I believe, January 12th. It's the Day
yeah.
of the Three Kings. Let's see when that is. That's in Spanish, actually. It's the Day of the Three Kings. And that is Day of the Dad. Yeah. So Happy Holidays is my normal go to. And
Yeah,
see, over here, we have gotten um, a little picky. Well, or evangelicals gotten picky. No, it's Christmas. Here it is. It may not be there.
yeah. The thing
Yeah.
is, it's not just called Christmas over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's also called Xmas, Sean Corn.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a multitude of names for it. And I
Exactly.
think by saying happy holidays, you're not offending anyone.
Well, not only that, but you're not doing damage.
Yeah,
And that's the important thing. And in a reader situation, you should never do damage.
no,
Like
no.
that reading you got, that reply you got, that is damage reading. That is what I call a damage reading. That could have
Yeah,
sent you in a tizzy and a half if you were
yeah,
so inclined to.
yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not how we do things.
I just laughed it off because I thought it was hilarious because she didn't get the answer she wanted. She
Right,
thought she'd try and scare me and it didn't work. I thought she was a bloody idiot.
right, yeah.
But I
But
suppose to some other people, that
mhm,
could have sent them into a downward spiral.
right,
What's my kids get really upset because people say Day of the Dead to them and they're like, that's not until November.
yeah,
See, we do things like for Halloween, we do ducking apples.
interesting.
We have toffee apples.
Caramel apples, okay.
Do you want to hear something interesting? For bonfire night, which is November the 5th,
Uh huh.
it's a tradition to have, I think you call them hamburgers.
Uh huh.
It's traditional to have hamburgers, hot dogs, and jacket potatoes
Jacket potatoes are potatoes that are what?
cooked in their skin in the oven.
Okay. So that's baked potatoes.
Yeah, yeah. Now over here we call them jackets because
Uh
they
huh.
still got their jacket skin on.
Oh, how cool. But that sounds interesting because that's very much like how we do the 4th of July here.
Yeah,
Now, you have a holiday coming up, and we will not be airing air during that holiday because we're going to be respectful of the Golden Jubilee. But what do you do on Guy Fawkes night? Do y'all set up dynamite? This is the weirdest holiday I ever heard of when I heard about it.
bonfires we have,
Uh huh.
and our bonfires are not just like 5 foot tall.
No.
I wonder if I can bring it up, um, and then I could turn my phone round to show you.
Well,
Let's have a look.
are,
Forks in
are
the
they, don't they
walls.
build the little stick man?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Where are we?
I got it.
Have you got it, Guy Fawkes?
Let me bring it up.
It's like a
Let me bring up.
scarecrow.
Yeah.
So don't you celebrate Guy Fawkes Night?
No, we don't.
Really?
Really, they have a real problem over here with us burning a stranger from the that we don't know from town.
We have massive firework displays.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it goes on. What day is it? This year it's a Sunday. because it's a Sunday, what they try and do to bring all the children involved is they will actually do the celebration on the Saturday, on my birthday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Have they
Yeah,
already started putting him together?
yes. They've
Now,
already started building the bonfires.
now, do you put wishes in there?
You can do, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But they are normally built up of timber,
Mm-hmm.
they're really careful of what you can put on there, which is understandable.
Right.
But as everybody comes in through the gate, they ask everybody to put a piece of timber on the fire
How cool.
so that everybody gets included.
Right. Now, real quickly, tell them the history of this holiday.
It's something to do with blowing up, I think it's Westminster. I know it was
Parliament.
something to do with, sorry? Yeah, yeah, but Westminster is Parliament.
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
So it was something to do with all that donkeys years ago. And Guy Fawkes blew it up, which is, as far as I know, because I didn't follow it in school.
Okay. Guy Fawkes, with a few other people, plotted to blow up Parliament. Okay. He failed. He got turned in. They captured him and prosecuted him. And then it became a holiday with bonfires
Yeah,
that has now been
yeah.
echoed in the United States with Burning Man. They're just a little off
Has
on.
it really?
Yes.
See? See, that's crazy, isn't it? How, like, one thing that happened in London
Mm-hmm.
have, like, gone across the globe now.
Yeah, and gotten mistranslated and echoed, but it's the same thing.
Yeah,
All right. So, darling, when do you plan on being on this week? And where can they find you?
you can find me on Fortunica or,
Zodiac.
I can't think of the name. That's the one.
Yeah, or Zodiac.
Zodiac. Yeah, yeah. I'll be on my regular hours.
Uh huh.
I'll be doing till midnight, as always.
Mm-hmm.
I will be having Sunday off
Okay.
because I'm going shopping with my son and his partner for things for the baby.
How cool. How cool.
But apart from that, I'm working as normal. I will have my
Awesome.
break in the afternoon, as most people know.
Right. And you can find me on Zodiac, Keen, Fortunica, Modern Spiritualists, which they've just launched their appointment schedule. It's much different. The prices are different. You check them out. And I will be on my regular midnight shift. I am the voice in the night.
I'm the voice in the day, and then you take
Exactly.
over when I go to bed.
Exactly. All right,
And then when
guys.
I get up in the morning, you're saying, where's my bed?
Yes, yes. Well, honey, it's been great having a little bit of tea and coffee with you. And, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We are here every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That will be changing for me in a few weeks.
yes, yes, it'll be changing. We'll be changing around a little bit because we are not keeping you up till like midnight in Greenwich Mean Time.
Well, if that's what it needs to be, that's fine.
Well, I know, but we can make it work. We'll bounce the schedule around a little bit. We'll play. So,
Okay.
with that, guys, we will see you guys next week. And remember, do the likey, the subscribey, so you get all your notifications on when we go on, and also when I have special broadcasts, because I also do special guest interviews. So you want those notifications turned on. Right there, hit the little thumbs up button. Let's make that happy.
That's it
And if
now, Shannon. I'm not a special guest anymore.
no, you're a co-host. And next week, we're going to be talking a little bit more about mediumship because, it is the Halloween time and we start seeing a lot
Yes.
of people wanting mediumship. So, we're going to talk about the different types of mediumship, the different ways mediumship works, and what an actual seance is. Shall we?
Yes. and why Ouija boards shouldn't be used.
Well, we'll talk about those the week after that because I have a whole issue with Ouija boards. Until
I
then,
agree.
yeah, so they'll get their own episode. Until then, we'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.